Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to another episode of Candid Conversations. Thank you so much for watching the last episode, and I hope that it was impactful and in one way or the other. So in today's video, as you can see by the title, we'll be talking about navigating friendships, how to be a better friend. Now, I'm the last person to have this conversation because hey, when it comes to friendships, I've had a bit of a struggle, but you know, the more you grow, the more you learn, and the more you meet other people, the more you can get a sense of how this whole friendship thing is done. So in today's video, I'll be joined by a very good friend of mine, Keletso, and we'll be delving more into that conversation. I think like when it comes to being a friend, I'm learning so much from her. It's like, wow, okay, so I thought like she's the perfect person to have here. So I hope that you enjoy this video, you guys. If you like it, give it a big thumbs up and share it with everyone in your world. But without wasting any more time, let's get right into the video. So yeah guys, this is my friend Keletso. Friend, introduce yourself to the people.
Hello everyone, I am Keletso Khomoaleburu. I am a wife, a mom of two, a girl and a boy.
A businesswoman.
Yes.
She has her own diffuser line, you guys.
Yeah.
And she's my friend.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about navigating friendship, you guys, especially as young adults, as wives, you as a mom. It's like, it needs a whole lot of balance. So before we get into it, what does friendship mean to you, or what is friendship to you?
Friendship to me is a sisterhood. It's having that girlfriend, having that girlfriend that will be with you forever. I really want and wish for friendships to be long lasting for a lifetime. So that's what it means to me.
Sure. Wow, I think that's pretty much the same definition I have. Like for me, friendship is having that sisterhood, a person or people that you can run to or go to, in times of need, be it you want to vent, just want to go out, prayer or whatever, especially as you're married. We have that, my husband is my best friend, but guys, you also
do need friends. You really do. Because I think, like for example, my husband plays soccer on Fridays, right? So what do? I can't
indoors with the kids, just waiting for
I'll start feeling lonely and I'll start having doubts, asking myself, what do I do with my time, so I need to also be active. I need to have friends as well. So I think that's where it comes in as well, where you've got friends to hang out with, just to get some fresh air, get some different perspective as well. I think what I like also about being with friends and going back home is that you get a fresh perspective, and also you come back home feling inspired,
especially when you have the right kind of friends. No, I relate to that much. So much, because I think when I got married, that's when I said, oh no, actually I need to invest more into friendships. Given my experience, I'm not a person who I've been like, I can't say I have a friend for the last 10 years, people who have been friends for like 12 years, so long.
I actually have friends. I've got two friends where I've been with them since like grade 2.
Sure.
The other one since grade 4.
Wow.
But it's not easy.
It's
to
not,
be honest.
It's a journey, especially when you grow and become
and you evolve.
Yeah.
Because like for example, with my friend, we've been friends since grade 2, right? So I moved to Pretoria after grade 3, and that whole distance, so we only got to really talk and get back to each other years later, I think after matric, where she was studying in Wits. So that's when we got to meet up and everything, but also our lives are different. She's studying, my life is progressing in the sense that I'm in a serious relationship now, I'm married, children and everything. So we do try to catch up from time to time, but it's not the same.
It's not the same. And I think it's also important to, realize the season that your friendship is in, because for example, I won't be the kind of friend I was in high school than I am now, because like for example, if you can show me in high school, 5 days a week, 8 hours of the day, but it's different now. We're all out of
Completely.
high school, you know, and whatnot. So anyway, going into that thing, like, what has been your experience in terms of friendship in a nutshell?
Yo, I've had a lot of experiences
Yeah.
with friends. I've actually had a lot of friends growing up. I think also because of moving. So a lot of I'm one person where I really want to make sure that my friendship is doing well, and I hold on to the friendship. And even when it's time to let go,
Yeah,
I'm that person.
insist on wanting to.
Yeah, so I do have a lot of friends where I've grown up with that I'm trying to have that relationship with, but like you said, there are different seasons, so I'm still trying to learn about that,
and also to accept that maybe it's time that
it's
the
time.
friendship, without like saying you cutting people off, but just
Yes.
cordially or organically, just knowing already.
Yeah, I
But
think
anyway,
I think I'm still trying to learn that. But I've had, I think, one bad experience in that. In the beginning, it was amazing. We were super close. Our family was close and everything. But as time goes by and you grow up, and it was an on and off. So I think I could call it like a toxic friendship.
Sure.
It was on and off in the sense that when someone needs you in their life, then they call you. You're there for them.
But it's
And
not the same when you.
yeah, it was never the same for me. Like when I'd meet them in my life, or I just want them to be there in the happy moments. And I think that was when I had to realize that maybe mucho hantabi when when I'm going through the best moments, you know,
They're
maybe
nowhere to be found.
because when I was younger, obviously being raised by my single mother, like you could see it. So perhaps maybe naibona in that light that it's okay that I'm the one I shine all the time, and you know. So then growing up, I realized actually once I got married, that Mutu Hantabi, you know, Hata, but then I'm married, I've got children. They were never there.
Sure.
They seemed as though they wanted to be there, but they were never there.
And you
Never
can
there.
sense such stuff. You can
You
really
can.
do that.
So that's when I had to say, you know what, let me cut them off out of my life. So that was, I think, the worst friendship I've ever had. We were really close. Like, even people would ask me, are you guys still friends? I have to just say no, you know.
And friendship breakups are a thing, eh? Like
They're
I never
worst.
knew that you can actually go through like a friendship heartbreak in a sense until I actually did. Because now for me, my experience, guys, I don't know if I'm the problem or what, but I don't, like, my friendships don't last that long. Like, at most maybe 3 years, 4 years, maybe we outgrow each other, I don't know. But in my sense, I've always been that person now that I don't have but like I've never really had a best friend. So there came a time whereby I actually did have like a best friend, like an ultimate best friend. You know, I get to, like, it was so weird. Like, we had the same name, well, basically almost the same name. We looked alike. You know, a lot of people would think that we were sisters. We, like, it was one of those friends, like, especially because I had just come out of matric, you know, and for the longest time I've always wanted a best friend. I was always the third wheel between best friends until so when I finally found someone on the road, oh my gosh, I call her my best friend, especially, you know, as a teenager. It's a big deal.
It is.
Someone I call her best friend who also calls me their best friend. And yeah, like, the friendship was amazing, but also toxic in a sense. Now my friend, like, she loved me, but sometimes it was too overboard in a sense. Like, I won't say obsessed, but she would be very clingy. Like, if I go out with another friend, then it's a bad thing. Like, you know, she was insecure as well, but not based from our friendship, but because of her past experiences, of which I tried to understand as a friend. So I was always, but it got to a point whereby it was too much, and yeah, I couldn't take the on and offs, and me always being the bigger person, the better friend, whereas I'm not getting that. So when it comes to friendships now, it's been a struggle, and I struggle to let people in because I have that sense of friends have disappointed me quite a lot of times. So it's difficult for me to make friends and to keep friendships because I'm also not that patient.
Oh,
So
is it?
yeah, like I feel like, especially if I feel like a person is not being intentional
Okay.
about like the friendship, I
Yeah.
lose interest very quick. I don't like to be the only person in that I'm
Putting
putting
in
effort.
yeah.
And I also feel like the moment I can see or this person is not loyal, like I take them out of my circle.
That's me.
Yeah.
I think for me, like, when you aren't loyal in the sense that you gossip, I don't
Yes,
like it when someone
no.
gossips about
That's
me.
a no for me.
Like, regardless, no matter what, don't, and not even if it's not about me, but don't gossip about someone else.
Yeah,
Like, don't
it says a lot as well.
Yeah.
Or if you can gossip about someone else, then
What do you say
most
about
likely
me?
you can gossip about me.
Yeah, and I also don't like lies. Like, you know how I've just been saying to be honest with me. Just tell me. Like, if you're not comfortable with
Communicate.
something, yes,
Yeah.
just tell me so that I know. I don't want it when somebody lies to me, or also when you
They string you along in a sense.
no, I don't like it. Or when you pretend also like to be a certain kind of person.
Yeah, no, Lynn, I'm very much like I want authentic type of friendships whereby like you can be honest and open. Like for example with the with the trip, like for example me saying no friend, not at the moment. Like instead of me stringing along saying okay friend, yeah we can do that, knowing very well or like
Financially
it's a lot and it's short notice. Yeah, like in a friendship it's very important, like in terms of communication, being open and honest. And I think in a sense relaying your expectations.
Yes.
That way you won't get disappointed. So that you can't expect them to hey, I bet this and all of that. I think that's very important. So yeah, not to wrap up the conversation, but to go even more deeper into the conversation. How do you think you can be a better friend, or other people can be better friends to their friends?
I think the last point that you spoke about, I think it's very important, and I think also being understanding, getting to know the person and being understanding of their personality, and also their love language.
Yes.
I remember
love languages in friendships as well.
I remember I asked you, I'm like, what's your love language? Because I want to know, I want to do the right thing, right?
So that you can be like that which I need. It's important.
I want to understand you, because if you're not someone of good quality time, and I'm always like,
friend, let's do that, I'm just like,
yeah, exactly.
And I think that's your love language where I noticed this girl.
So that's my love language, as well as receiving gifts, and I love giving gifts as well.
Me too.
So definitely love language for me. I think getting to understand the person, like I think I've mentioned that, getting to know
the person,
you know, and being able to communicate. I think one thing that I love about us is that we're able to communicate.
Yeah, we're very transparent, and I think it's so easy. I don't know, like now I find it very difficult to open up, but with you, I don't know. It's like it's so easy, and you I don't know. It's like you can. I feel like I can actually sense that you're really interested in hearing what I'm saying. Because sometimes people like you're just listening, but they're not hearing you. So I notice with you, like when I'm talking, like you are listening. You're not just listening to respond. I like it.
I'm glad.
So now for me, how to be a better friend. I think be intentional. I think that's the most important thing that I have learned in terms of being a better friend, because I've always been haphazard in terms of being a friend. Get busy, I don't have time, what no, actually you make time for the people that you treasure. Because especially when I was running my NPO, I always had that excuse of, but guys, you can see that I'm busy, I don't have to meet, I don't have time to meet up, I don't have time for this and that and that. And also being intentional comes with also learning and unlearning like certain things. For example, remember I told you, I'm not a person like Aratang the phone call, or I'm not the one to always text, but I'm unlearning, and I think it's even better when it happens organically without me having to force to go for next or I'm texting or what. So I love it when I think it also comes with the person who communicate and when it's both ways, instead of me always feeling like I'm the one always just doing that. So being intentional is very important for me, and also like reciprocity reciprocity.
Yeah.
Like it has, like I have to see what I'm not the only person making
Putting in the
effort.
effort,
I can't always be the one saying, friend, let's go out, or me checking in, or me calling in. Meanwhile, the one like that thing, I'm always giving, but I'm not receiving. Like I'm not to be selfish or anything, but it has to be like two-way.
Yeah.
And what else? How to be a better friend?
I think also the other thing for me, I was listening to Gabelo. The one thing that she mentioned was being a midwife, where you are able to be the person that helps your friend to bring out the best out of them. You're able to birth.
I love that.
Whatever gift that God has given them, you know, to use it to find their purpose, because that's what I want to do. Like I want to be that friend that is able to help you to unleash your potential.
And you're that friend, hey, like I like. Yeah, you are. Shem. Like if I love it when I come to you and I tell you, like, maybe if I'm having a problem, you don't just say, sorry friend, it will be okay. Like you give me solutions. Okay, maybe you can try this, try that, you know. And I think that plays a part in like helping me become a better person.
I think for me it's very important because I want to see you succeed, right? And there'll be a day where I'm going to need your help, and I'm going to need you to say, listen, you've got this, you know.
Sure.
So I think so I think it's very important to have that in a friendship where you're able to push each other. You're able to say, listen, I'm here for you, you know, I want to see you succeed, and how can I help you succeed as well, right?
So I love that. And boundaries
are very important.
How do you, like, nothing, my issue is how do you communicate those boundaries in a friendship?
I think being able to just be honest, right? But also say it in a very gentle, calm manner. So for example, I would then tell you, friend, when you visit us, please just let us know, because
don't
our
just
house, and I'm not going to say it in a mean way, but just to say, listen, our house is usually a mess because of the children, and I also want to be comfortable, right?
You don't want to feel like, ish, they could, but walk really
off guard, right? And also because now I'm living with my husband, he must also be comfortable, right? Because you find that utli,
and then it's like, how you didn't even prepare, you didn't even know, and all of that.
So I think setting boundaries is just being able to be honest and say, listen, this is what I like and this is what I don't like.
And it's important not to get touched when a person.
But I think also it's important how you
say it.
Because
communication.
Because imagine if I say it in a harsh way, you wouldn't want to come visit.
Then it's right. I'm sorry to say that. So I think communication is also very important in a friendship. But not for me more than anything. I feel like in a friendship, like we have to be as transparent as possible. Like, and I feel like a friendship, like it should be a safe space, man. Like if I'm uncomfortable with something, I should be able to tell you, if I tell her she hurt my feelings, this and that. I think that's very important.
You need to be able to have that safe space. The same way, like in a marriage, you need to be able to be naked, honest,
like bearing it all, because you trust that person that much. I think that's also very important. And not for me the most, well, not the most important, but like it's a big thing for me. Like my friends have to be those kind of friends that are like, when it comes, like friends who pray for me, you know, friends, I know that when I talk about God, I'm like, God is the center of my life. I don't, like, it's very uncomfortable. I've been in that situation whereby, like, I feel like I'm in a friendship whereby obviously the other person does not have a relationship with God, so it's very difficult for me to communicate certain things. But and if a friendship, like, is a safe space for me, I want spiritually we can we can, like, be spiritually on the same level or whatever, but just that thing, I have a sisterhood of people backing me up in prayer, or maybe we can share the word together and whatnot,
and it helps to build the relationship, and it helps it to have different dynamics, right? Different levels. So I love that a lot. And I think for me, I'm blessed to have friends who pray, friends who believe in God, fear God, you know, and it challenges me. So that's what I really love about my friends as well. So I think it's an amazing thing to have, and I think it's important to pray for those friendships as well, right? So but what are your thoughts about, like, having like a group of friends.
Squad goals.
Yeah.
Ish. As long as it's genuine, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be open and honest. I'm going to be honest about that. Now, for me, I feel like if we're going to have a squad or a group of friends, it should be authentic.
Yes.
It should not be based off of what we see maybe on social media or what we see other people having on Kalanga. Like, it should be that, okay, we genuinely enjoy each other's company. We genuinely are like friends. We genuinely vibing and it's not all pretense because it can get nasty if we're being honest, especially because there's different characters, there's personalities, so experience, yeah, exactly. So it's those setups usually they are a bit difficult. So now personally for me, I don't mind them as long as it's authentic, as long as we're not trying to be the next squad goals or whatever. I don't know about you.
I've never been part of one.
Me too.
I've seen it and it looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful, like it does.
But I think only if God wants it to be like that, right? Because I think also once it gets a lot and crowded as well, I'm afraid of people like betraying you, gossiping about you,
and that's usually
it could lead there, right?
Could lead there,
so as long as for me it's based with God. God is the foundation. God is the center of it all, and everyone is genuine and authentic, and you're not doing it for the gram, for the social media, for the
content creation.
No, I'd rather not.
Let's leave it. So I think that wraps up our conversation.
Oh, this was lovely.
It was nice. But also, no, friend, I forgot something. Also, like when it comes to being a good friend, I think for me also like respect is very important. Respecting my beliefs, my home, my husband, and my lifestyle. I think because now that's one thing I think that is one thing that has kept me from like keeping friendship here. It's friends who like maybe for my beliefs, especially when I just got saved. Obviously I was living a life more most people my age were like, yo girl, we all have like different beliefs, we all have different ways of living or different beliefs. So you're going to mock me, and especially during the people like squad.
And have you ever had have you experienced that transition of moving into or getting married and having single friends and they are drifting apart from you, or they feel like you are now?
Not really. Like I said, now.
Are you still friends with them? Or not really because of?
It's not because I totally told me. Well, I haven't been personally told me how. Like I think that's why I didn't have this story, because it was the thing out. Like I think maybe you have to also distinguish between acquaintances and friends. And for me, like, it takes a lot for me to say, oh, this is my friend. So I haven't had that struggle and the people who are in my life, my friends, my single friends, it hasn't been difficult because either way, I haven't been that hands-on friend. But to my friends who are watching, I'm gonna do better. I'm becoming a better person. And for you?
For me,
especially with kids in the picture now.
Some of my friends do feel like I've pulled away a bit, but I think it's because of, and also like COVID, because I got married just before COVID, right? So having to juggle everything, and now this new dynamic of being married, children, 2
with
kids,
the lockdown,
you understand? So it's been a lot. So some of my friends are understanding. Some friends do have children, so they understand from that perspective. I do have one friend who is pulling away a bit, where they feel like because we're not on the same level that we shouldn't be friends, and it hurts me.
It just doesn't make sense though. Now for me, I've always felt like it shouldn't change anything that I'm married. Like I'm married, and then it doesn't have any effect. Maybe we might spend less time, but it doesn't change anything. Really, that tip, that advice, if I'm calling along, or no, guys, no.
Unless
we
they,
need friends.
yeah,
We
unless
need
they are bad people,
yeah.
but,
Yeah, people who will obviously, what's the word? People who will like king English Singisi guys. People who will negatively impact your marriage.
Yes, unless that's the case, but rather
there's nothing wrong.
yeah, there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this
I did.
conversation. I got to know you a bit more. Now I know. I want to get really tips on how to be a better friend to her. But thank you so much for joining me, friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much.
This was so lovely.
It was nice, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. She has a YouTube channel, this girl, but she's not creating content, but I'll put her link down below so that you can subscribe and maybe one day she'll decide.
I'll come back,
But yeah, thank you so much for watching, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe,
like,
share. I don't know if you're rusty, close it off. I can't on YouTube channel.
But thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. But continue to share, like, comment down below. What do you guys think?
Yes.
And if you'd like for us to do another video together.
Yes, I think that would be nice. Yes. So thank you so much, friend. And as per last time, she's getting a gift from Good Craft.
My love language.
Her love language. You see, so I'm already doing very well. This is a gift from Good Craft Gifts, you guys, as I mentioned. They're sponsoring the gift for Candid Conversations. So thank you so much to Good Craft.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you, friend. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Bye.